Welcome to this week's edition of Vanguard News. I'm Colin Hubbard.
And I'm Jess Simons. These are today's top stories. Earlier this year, UNG opened a food pantry on its Gainesville campus. Vanguard reporter Lauren Eckert spoke with the pantry's founder, Carly Redding, about the inspiration behind it and the service it provides.
In April, Dr. Carly Redding, Assistant Professor of Sociology and Human Services at UNG, founded the school's first food pantry. Today, the pantry is serving about 80 people every month. Redding was inspired by the need she saw among students in her department.
We had a lot of students who were going hungry, who were homeless, who were just struggling.
According to Redding, her decision was also influenced by a group of students from one of her classes who came together in support of a homeless peer.
3 hours later, they came back and they had gift certificates to grocery stores and gift certificates to gas stations and gift certificates to Walmart and cash. And they found a community donor who was willing to pay the deposit and a couple of months' rent for this family. And, they really had just gone out and figured out what the resources were and come back and kind of got a little sort of gift basket together for this person. And in the process of all of this happening, one of the students said, we really should start a food pantry.
The food pantry provides non-perishable food items, basic toiletries, and baby products to students, staff, and faculty in need. Redding hopes to find a larger space to house the pantry by next semester. Volunteer Emma Martin believes this will aid the pantry's mission.
Oh yes, definitely bigger space, and we would love to have refrigeration, so cold storage, because we have a lot of canned and dry goods, but this cold stuff is what people really do need because it tends to be more expensive.
The pantry is located in room 338 in the Gainesville campus's Student Center. It is open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., and accepts donations all day. Students, faculty, and staff in need can walk in without an appointment and get help from the pantry staff. For more information, contact Redding at carly.redding@ung.edu.
The North Georgia men's basketball team hosted Queens University last week. Kyle Funderburk and I were there to check out what happened. We picked things up midway through the second half, the Nighthawks trailing by 13 to Queens College. But a nice running layup by Ebo Smith cut the lead to 11. The layup was Smith's first made shot of the second half. After a pair of free throws by each team, Sean Brennan knocked down a three from the top of the key to cut the lead to single digits. And at the other end, a nice block by Ebo Smith set up a scrum for the ball. And eventually the Nighthawks picked the ball up, and Brennan chunked it up to Smith, who knocked down the three to cut the lead to 5. This was the closest the Nighthawks had been all game long. But Queens would not go down easy. With 7.5 minutes left in the game, Daniel Camps took the ball to the hole, got the foul, and made the shot, but missed the free throw. But Todd Withers added another layup on the next possession to put them back up by 9. With time starting to wind down for the Nighthawks, Ebo Smith threw the ball up to Juan Rivas, and in traffic, Rivas knocked down the shot to cut it to 7. After a nice defensive effort by the Nighthawks, Tyler Dominy got the ball and knocked down a tough three-pointer to cut the lead to 4. On the following inbounds attempt, Shaquan Cantrell got the ball and got fouled, with a chance to cut the lead to 2 points going to the free throw line. Cantrell had really struggled up until this point in the game after missing 3 previous free throws, and on the first attempt, he missed it. But with a chance to redeem himself and cut the lead to 74 to 71, he knocked it down, giving the Nighthawks a chance. Queens managed to build their lead back up to 6, and with a chance to go up 8, Ike Agusi missed a layup, but Jared Hendricks was there for the putback jam to go up 8 with 2.5 minutes to go. But Juan Rivas was able to answer with a tough putback layup after an Ebo Smith missed three-pointer. And on the following inbounds, Duke Robinson appeared to steal the ball and lay it in, but was charged with a foul which really ignited the crowd and Coach Faulkner, who did not like the call. This put the Nighthawks down by 6 with under a minute to go. After 2 made free throws by Queens as a result, Sean Brennan drove the ball up the court and found Juan Rivas for 3 to cut the lead back to 5 with under a minute to go. However, Queens knocked both of their free throws down on the other end, but Denzel Hosh would not go away and got fouled. Hosh was able to knock down both of his free throws, but on the other end, Agusi knocked down both of his too to bring the lead back up to 6 points. But Hosh would not go away. He got the ball again and was fouled on a three-point attempt, which gave him 3 free throws to cut the lead to 5. Hosh was able to knock down his first 2 free throws, but on the third attempt, he missed. Jalen Alexander grabbed the rebound and was fouled to go to the free throw line. But unfortunately, Queens knocked down both free throws to put them up 90-84. With one last chance effort for the Nighthawks, Denzel Hosh tried a corner 3, but it missed. Queens grabbed the rebound, and the game was pretty much over. Alexander knocked down 2 more free throws to put Queens up 92-84, which turned out to be the final score of the game. The Nighthawks dribbled the ball out to suffer their 4th loss of the season.
All right, Coach. I mean, it was a tough game. You were down by as much as 12 or 13 at one point, but you fought back and brought it in within 3 a few times today. Just talk about the heart of this team tonight.
Yeah, well, we couldn't get over the hump. You know, like I said, we would get it to 3, 4, 5, but we couldn't ever really make that final push. But I'm really pleased with our effort. You know, we could have given up at times, and that's a really good team. They're ranked 13th in the country. So I'm pleased with. I thought our guys really fought, so I am pleased with that right there. We got to get better at a few things, but if we straighten a few things out, we got a chance to be really good.
So why do you not think the team was able to get over the hump tonight?
You know, I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. I want to see a leader emerge in this group, and I haven't seen that yet. And I think in those moments of games, somebody's got to, you know, grab the bull by the horns and say, hey, here's what we're doing. And we haven't seen that really emerge yet.
Well, first half was mostly free of fouls, but the second half there were fouls all over the court.
Yeah,
what led to that?
I don't know what happened. I said something to the referees walking off the floor that they only called 5 fouls the first half, and then they called 20-something the second half. So maybe I caused that. I don't know. I don't know what was the cause of that.
And what should the team do from here out in this losing streak?
Well, I think we need to draw from the good things we did tonight. I thought we had some offensive possessions tonight that were really good. But then we also had, you know, probably 25% of our offensive possessions were horrendous. So we got to get over the hump and play more consistent throughout the ball game.
Next week is final exams week at UNG. So Vanguard correspondent Matt Green went around campus to talk to some students.
With finals coming up in the next week, we went around the Student Center to see how students are feeling about finals and what they're doing to prepare. Are you ready for finals this semester?
No. I haven't studied at all yet.
I am. I've been studying all week, you know, doing all those all-nighters and stuff, so my brain's kind of a little fried right now. So
a lot of people think that professors don't care about you, but if you ask, they will help. So they actually take their time out to help you. So just ask, yeah.
Like most of them like give you study guides and stuff. They tell you like most of the stuff is going to be on material. I mean, it's more about like, I guess, having self-control on how much time you spend on studying.
Since everyone has their own strategy, we asked some students what they do specifically to prepare for final exams.
I usually like to listen to some music while I'm studying, and then also, you know, taking a lot of notes in class. Even when the teacher says you don't have to take notes, I always prefer to take notes.
I just usually go over the material, see if it's like cumulative or like if it's just based on the material we're learning, and then just go from there. Just have enough time for me to like study, so I'm like prepared, you know.
I just memorize things pretty easily, so I'm lucky about that.
I usually just read over the PowerPoint, the class lecture notes material, and then look over all the class note that I taken myself.
I just take about a couple hours to study for each exam, so maybe like one day I'll dedicate it to one class and then the other to the other class.
Finally, we asked students what advice they would give to other students on how to best prepare for finals.
Honestly, you can't really prepare. You just got to make sure like you know all the material.
Don't stress so much, you know, take it easy.
Drink a lot of coffee.
Do not procrastinate, don't wait till the last minute, and just take your time studying.
You know, just make sure you study ahead of time, don't wait till the last minute, and you know, make sure you know the content that you're doing right now and the content that you've been studying all semester.
And now we'll go to Caleb Hudgens for this week's weather forecast. Caleb?
Thanks, Colin. These cloudy conditions will continue through tomorrow with maybe a few breaks of sunlight. The next few days, though, are going to be cold. Temperatures both Thursday and Friday will top out in the low to mid 40s with lows well into the 20s, and morning wind chills could reach the teens in some places. So make sure you're bundled up as you head out to school. Sunny skies and highs in the 40s on Friday and Saturday. Then clouds return Sunday and a strong chance of rain on Monday. Monday and Tuesday will also see things warm back up into the mid 50s, and then partly cloudy skies Wednesday with highs back down into the upper 40s. Back to you, Jess, in the newsroom.
Thanks, Caleb. Speaking of weather, a tornado warning was issued in Hall County during classes Wednesday. Students were told to go to storm safety areas within their buildings. Colin and I were there to record reactions. A tornado warning was issued on the Gainesville campus at 2:45, forcing everyone to go down to the first floor of Nesbitt. We walked through the halls to ask people what they thought about the tornado warning.
I feel like the first floor down here is safe. So I was chilling right here by the bathroom, so if things went down, I'm just gonna go to the bathroom real quick and be safe, hopefully.
I don't teach or anything, so I don't have that kind of frustration. And personally, I love weather. I want to be out in this, just like playing around in it and stuff, because we haven't had rain in so long. But I don't have enough information. If we had more information, then it would be better. But sometimes, for the safety of the students, it's fine to just go in and kind of have that knee-jerk reaction. Yes, we need to protect them and be as safe as possible and that kind of thing. So, yeah, that works.
The tornado warning lasted about 45 minutes, and then students were able to either return to class or go home.
Fire officials say the wildfire that's been burning in Raven County for more than a month is now completely extinguished. The Rock Mountain wildfire is now 95% contained, and fire crews from across the county work to fight the blaze. Officials had originally hoped to have the fire put out by December 15th, but a recent heavy rainfall has sped up the process. The fire caused heavy smoke to drift across the region, including the Gainesville and Dahlonega campuses of UNG for periods of time in November.
That's all for today's show. Join us next week for another edition of Vanguard News. I'm Jess Simons.
And I'm Colin Hubbard. Thanks for watching.